And that makes me wonder, there are a lot of times, and see, I understand, parents come from a place of care and, they don't want you to go through hardships and all of that. So they come from a very protective space. However, there are a lot of times when sighted people, they are trying to help blind people, and unintentionally they, instead of helping them, they burden them more. Does that happen? Can you tell us, can you bust some myths around blind people?
Yes, so out of love and affection and overprotection, they kind of try to do everything possible to make your life comfortable. By doing so, they curtail, they hurt you. So they don't ask, they speak for you. Because visual impaired can speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So allow them to speak, allow them to express, allow them to talk about their needs, ask for their wants. So we sometimes end up getting overhelped. So that makes you more dependent and parasite. So you should push visual impaired to be as independent as possible. Make them do everything possible by themselves. So that's what we do in Samarthanam. We don't provide any over support to them. We allow them to ask them to travel in public transport, go on their own, the busy streets of Bangalore and other places, and we make them fly on their own, go to airports, pick up, get the help from the airlines. Very, very supportive. Air travel is the best one. So at least some 1,000 visual impaired must have flown first time because of Samarthanam, because of Cricket Association for the Blind in India. And they catch trains, they catch buses, and they go abroad on their own. So like this, we provide guidance, we give them knowledge, we provide information, but we tell you can do it. Just go. Anywhere you have any issue, pick up the phone and call. We are just a call away.
Yeah. You push for real empowerment, that, be self-reliant. And that's beautiful. Can you tell us some remarkable story where somebody had this, was challenged in a situation, but came out of it very, very beautifully? Or maybe your own story.
Yeah, so talking about my own personal life, as I mentioned, coming from a very progressive joint family, when I was 6 months old, I became blind. That was a big shock. It was very hard for my family to accept, but no choice. They accepted. So then I grew up very well amongst my own huge family, uncles, aunts, grandparents on either side. But when I was about 5 or 6 years old, kids of my age started going to school.
Yeah.
That's when I think the real challenge.
Yeah.
School said, we can't take you because we don't have facility and we can't admit blind child. So that was a big blow to my parents, big blow to me and my family. But after some time, using the influence, I was allowed to go to school, but no admission, no attendance. I was just going and sitting. Because of my own interest, I heard everything what was taught. So that way, I didn't miss anything. But no promotion. What is your future? That question was always haunting my parents. My mother used to sit and cry. I also didn't know what my future is going to be. I thought I'll just be languishing in the family, spending time with my cousins, parents and uncles. But one fine day, a turning point, I was very good in numbers, maths, calculations. Inspector of schools came and asked a question. I stood up and answered it. When he asked me to write it on the board, class teacher told, no, he's blind boy. He just comes and sits in the class. So inspector of schools was a very proactive man. He took the initiative of coming to my house, spoke to my dad, said, you are wasting your son's life. You must take him to blind school. There are schools for such kids. That's when in 1979-80, my dad and my uncle started looking schools and found one of the best schools, Sri Ramana Maharshi Academy for the Blind in Bangalore. I'm from Belgaum, so I was brought all the way from, welcome to Bangalore, about 500 kilometers. Though from the same state, lot of differences. Food is completely different. Kannada dialects are very different. So it was really hard for me, but my uncle stayed with me for 3 months, made sure I adjust. And one thing my uncle and dad said, if you stay in your village, nobody will look at you. If you live in Bangalore, work hard, come up in life, everybody will look at you. Entire world will see you. I still remember. And my sister, when I was coming to the school, she told, you will be alone. You can't read again and again like us. Whatever you hear, must remember. You can't forget anything. So like this, there are many instances. My mother told, if you lose something, somebody takes your shirt or something, don't worry about it. They need that more than you. We can always get you more. So the family upbringing, friends later, the school made me so independent, because in this school, we had to do everything by ourselves. We have to look after our youngsters. Seniors would look after you. They would literally give you bath. They are also blind people. They would wash your clothes. So you had to wash your juniors as you started growing up, look after the cows, work on heavy-duty cargation machines. So these skills were imbibed into as children. I think that made me very, very independent. And interacting with children like me, who had many, many other challenges, just not blindness, could be economic challenge, social exclusion, family not capable of looking after them, ill treatment. I think that's where I built my compassion. That's where I started thinking about people like me.
Actually, blessed were you to have that gentleman who pushed you to pursue your dream and went to your parents and believed in you. And blessed are those who have you in their life. And you have passed on that kindness and that support to people who really need that. Because can you tell me that one advice parents of blind children, for parents of blind children, they get very nervous, and rightly so, because the society also makes you feel that way. How should they cope up with it rather than getting very nervous about it?
Keeping today's development in mind, the awareness in mind, the facilities in mind, you need not even worry. Blindness is not at all a problem. Yes, it is a challenge. Everyone has a challenge. So blindness can be a boon.
Yeah.
As a parent, look after that child like any other child. Provide all possible exposure. Take them to every possible occasions, family functions, family occasions, celebrations in your hometowns. Travel them along with you and take them to movies. Provide every possible exposure. And give them electronic devices. Lot of audio devices are there. Even during my time, radios, tape recorders were there. Now, lot more. Smartphones, Android phones, laptops. Use them as toys so that you build aspirations in young mind. So never worry, never feel nervous, and never bother that you have a blind child. Look at what many of us have done, who are working in very, very senior positions, entrepreneurs, and different professions. So nothing is impossible now. Everything is possible for visually impaired, probably except flying now. And now driverless cars have come, so driving may be difficult. Except few, barring, visually impaired can do most of the responsibilities.